Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. We are from group SDG 13 and here we will be talking about climate action. Next slide. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, so here's the list of our members. First, my name is Muhammad Arik Haidar.
My name is Jennifer Sofi Camilla.
My name is Ristifania.
My name is Santi Trinur Halimah.
My name is Iwan Rusania Pamungkas.
My name is Asina Nafisatani.
My name is Anggrani Dwi Rahmadianti.
And next slide. And here's our list of content. First thing first, we'll be bring up about introduction of all topic, followed by theoretical framework and methods. Fourth will be discussion and research finding and analysis, and the last is conclusion. Next slide.
Okay, so the introduction part is by me, Jennifer Sofi Camilla. So what we're going to talk here is about the significant challenge facing sustainable development in the world today is to face a global challenge that transcends border and affects every phase of our life. Urgent action to combat climate change takes center stage as the 13 Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG 13. 13, it is an interconnected imperative that resonates deeply with the widespread and profound impacts on both human lives and our planet. The uneven distribution of the threat of climate change magnifies its effects on vulnerable and underprivileged communities, exacerbating existing inequalities in access to resources and opportunities. The continued reliance on fossil energy sources serves as a catalyst as accelerating the pace of climate change. And also, in recognizing the urgency of this challenge, a collaborative and immediate response from the entire global community becomes imperative to navigate the complex web of interconnected issues and forge a sustainable future for all. By connecting environmental issues and several aspects of human life through youth mobilization, global protests, and the influence of social media, climate action has become a driving force for change at the individual and collective level. And that's from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenny, for the presentation.
Okay, I will explain about the theoretical framework. Firstly is public opinion. Generation Z has important role in realizing the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. Generation Z has extensive access and knowledge about social and environmental issues, and they have potential to lead and help realize development goals. So from Pew Research, 76 of US Gen has considered climate change to be one of their biggest concerns, and 30 say it is on their top concern. And quoted from Mugabe, Indonesia leadership that support aspiration among the younger generation regarding the climate issue will receive a great attention ahead on the 2024 election. And about research argument or hypothesis, Generation Z is very aware of environmental problems such as climate change. They tend to actively participate in environment activity and value environmental sustainability. Gen Z tends to be technologically savvy and view technology as a tool to solve problems such as overcoming climate change. There has more be open to green innovation and new solutions to reduce the impact of climate change. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Risti, for the presentation. Next slide will be methods that will be presented by myself. I think first, the reason of choosing Gen Z as our main subject of topic. The reason behind Gen Z's heightened awareness and engagement with environmental issues stems from a combination of information accessibility, digital connectivity, and a global perspective. A recognition of the future impact, alignment with values, and inspiration from existing activism would be the reason of why we choose Gen Z behind our main research subject. And the second point is the research design. We choose research design of qualitative methods. The characteristic of the research approach, open-ended questions, exploratory language, and a lack of emphasis on numerical data, and a focus on the context and complexity of attitudes align with qualitative research methods. While these indicators suggest a qualitative orientation, a more comprehensive understanding of the research methodology employed will require referencing the specific research methods or published work associated with our research. That also in line with our source of data. Our source of data consists of combination of primary, and secondary sources. The primary data collection involves a survey, allowing for systematic and structured insight into specific aspect of research topic. Additionally, the use of contributes to a more qualitative and discursive understanding of the primary data. FGD, by their nature, encourage participation of our members to express nuanced opinions and provide in-depth perspective, enriching the qualitative dimension of the study. Complementing the primary data, secondary data has gathered through a comprehensive literature study and the examination of relevant document material. This inclusion of resources add depth to context to the research finding, offering a more holistic understanding of the subject matter. Together, the integration of both primary and secondary data sources strengthens the robustness of the research, providing a nuanced and well-rounded explanation of the research objective. The data collection of our main topic is the integration of three distinct data collection techniques: literature review, focus group discussion, and surveys from a robust and comprehensive approach to investigating Generation Z's attitude towards the achievement of SDG 13, which is climate action. The literature review serves as a foundational element, leveraging an internet-based application to explore relevant keywords. This method allows for more synthesis of existing knowledge, perspectives of Generation Z climate action, providing a contextual backdrop for the subsequent phases of the research. This qualitative dimension of the study is enriched through the implementation of focus group discussion among members of the study groups. This approach, characterized by open and discursive interactions, offer in-depth insight into the attitudes and motivation of Generation Z. Unlike quantitative methods, FGD allows for more exploration of nuance, diverse opinions, and contextual factors that contribute to a more nuanced understanding of the subject matter. By engaging directly with participants, the FGDs capture the complexity of attitudes towards SDG 13 itself. Complementing this qualitative insight, the survey component contributes to a quantitative dimension to the research. Utilizing individual communications, the survey facilitates a systematic measurement of attitudes, offering testimonial data that can validate trends identified in the literature review and qualitative findings from the FGD itself. The survey structured nature allow for the identification of patterns, providing statistical support to qualitative insights and enhancing the overall rigor of the research. That's all for the methods. The next.
Okay, I'm gonna explain about the literature review. The first about the Gen Z concept. Gen Z can be understood as the generation born between 1995 and 2010. This generation is the second youngest generation after the millennial generation and before the alpha generation. The existence of Gen Z to group people in each year of birth, where every few years their views and attitude will be different. Gen Z is a generation have been never known life without technology since birth. They are the first generation to grow up with smartphone and social media. This generation identity is being shaped by the digital age, climate anxiety, and a changing financial landscape and COVID-19. Gen Z is also known as the post-millennial generation. The second one is the implementation of Gen Z. Gen Z have been applied to analyze everything that developed within the Grow Gen Z range. Because Gen Z is the technological era, there are many big changes being studied. The first is technology savvy. Generation Z can get almost everything they want easily. The second one is cognitive skill. Access to technology has trained Generation Z cognitive skill, namely creative thinking, critical thinking, and complex problem solving. So Generation Z is a generation that up to date with issue spread in the mass media or the internet. Next, please. Okay, the discussion and result is about the climate action concept. SDGs number 13, climate action can be understood as taking rapid action to overcome climate change and its impacts. Quick action is taken very important for every individual because all humanity lives in this earth is increasingly damaged by uncontrolled climate activity. Management, energy, efficient building, and environmental management, weather-saving movement is the example. So it can be concluded that the meaning of the concept of SDGs number 13 is the effort of each individual to reduce the impact of climate change. And the last one is implementation of the climate action concept. Concept SDGs number 13 has been applied to analyze how each individual behave in dealing with climate change quickly and effectively. This will provide efficient action that each individual can take in dealing with a climate issue. Paris Agreement, global agreement to deal with the climate change in initial state is committed to reducing greenhouse emission by 29% by 2030, SPE letter of proof emission reduction by business or activity, and commitment of countries for the 2020 until 2030 period is the example of the climate action. In this research, the concept of SDGs number 13 will be applied to measure the extent of action that have been taken to actually handle climate change. Thank you.
Thank you, Axina, for the discussion and the literature review. Next slide.
Okay. So most Gen Z are aware of Sustainable Development Goals or SDG, with 72% of Gen Z knowing about SDG number 13, namely climate action. This figure is higher than millennials, around 62%, and baby boomers, 55%. The survey also found that the Gen Z is more likely to care about climate change than previous generation. 84% of Gen Z say climate change is a general issue that must be addressed, compared to 72% of millennials and 60% of baby boomers. Gen Z is also more likely to support policies to address climate change. 79% of Gen Z say government should do more to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, compared to 68% of millennials and 59% of baby boomers. And there is also some factors that contributing that make Gen Z know about SDGs number 13. The first is increased digital literacy. It means that Gen Z is generation that also to protect our conclusion, protect our earth, how to problem solve. And the second is social media influence. And the third is the role of education. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anggreni, for the research findings. Next slide.
Okay, so in analysis, we have three: climate change, environmental awareness among the public, and social media influence. First, climate change leads to rising global temperatures, increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and changing rainfall patterns. This is exacerbated by the melting of polar ice, causing flooding in coastal areas and islands, and uncertain rainfall patterns. Public opinion theory suggests that climate action is influenced by public information and awareness of climate change, which can be obtained from mass media, scientific research, and campaign from environmental organizations. Direct experience, such as natural disasters, can also increase public awareness. Social groups such as environmental organizations and civil society organizations mobilize to address climate change through campaigns, protests, or other actions. Common forms of climate action include demonstration, boycott, and lifestyle change actions. These actions aim to pressure companies to change their environmentally unfriendly practice and reduce the use of motor vehicle, energy consumption, and the use of environmental friendly products. Climate action is crucial for tackling climate change and can be done by individuals and groups. Second, environmental awareness among the public leads to reduced environmental impact, improve quality of life, and increase social awareness. People tend to make changes such as reducing plastic use, saving energy, and using environmentally friendly products, which can reduce greenhouse gas emissions, pollution, and waste. These sustainable lifestyle are beneficial to human health, reduce stress, and encourage volunteer activities and environmental campaigns. Excessive consumption contributes to increased waste and carbon emission, draining limited natural resources. However, people are becoming wise in resource use, such as turning off unused electrical equipment, using energy-saving lamps, and optimizing water use. Using more environmentally friendly transport, such as walking, cycling, or public transport, can also help reduce greenhouse gas emissions from motor vehicle. Increased environmental awareness among communities is due to climate change awareness, easier access to information, environmental education, and the influence of public figures. People are more likely to consider the environmental impact of their lifestyle and fight for change at the individual level if they realize climate change is a serious threat. Have easy access to information, receive environmental education, and see respect public figures care for the environment. Environmental education from an early age instills environmental values in children, making them grow up to be adults who care more about the environment. Public figures who call for environmental protection are more likely to follow it, leading to increased use of public transportation, reduced plastic consumption, and tree planting. And the last, social media has become a crucial platform for disseminating information, organization protests, and raising awareness about climate change. It allows people to connect globally, share information, and organize protests, promoting awareness raising, community building, and information dissemination. Movements like Fridays for Future and Climate Strike have become viral, inspiring millions to take action against climate change. Social media has helped raise public awareness from various sources, including activists, scientists, and news media. It has also formed a community of people who care about climate change, providing support and inspiration for others to take action. Social media can spread information quickly and efficiently, including the latest new scientific research and tips on reducing carbon emission. It can also organize protests and climate campaigns, increasing pressure on policymakers to take action. However, it is essential to be aware of its limitations and take steps to overcome them. Social media has become an affordable and easily accessible platform for the wider public, including the younger generation, to spread information about climate change and organize protests. It has played an important role in strengthening the message of climate action based on public opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the analysis. Next slide.
So the next slide will be explained by me. So the function of our presentation is about the Gen Z and climate change, and 2024 action focus for the Gen Z itself and the insight from the civic science in 2023 and the contribution to international relations of our research and value of Gen Z opinion, and then about the practical use research and looking ahead. So basically, Gen Z cares a lot about the climate change in HD 13, making a big impact on the public opinion. The value of Gen Z itself is that understand emergency because their opinions about the long-term consequences of the environment itself, and a lot of Gen Z are active in various areas. And then our contribution to international relation, maybe our research helps us understand how Gen Z views climate action useful for the future studies. And as the data said that 83% of Gen Z adults worry about the environment and 37 see climate change as their top concern, showing how much they influence public opinion. And maybe we're looking ahead of our research itself. While our study had limits, we suggest future research involve more people and a longer time for a better understanding of Gen Z's opinion on climate change. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. So there we are. There we are. What we talking about is about the SDG 13 and climate action. Everything from our group. Thank you very much, and hope you gain more understanding of our presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.